Welcome to Gear Shift, an automotive podcast about life with your hosts, Christoph and Casper. I let off, though.
I want to say what it is. And I have a good guess. I'm going to be wrong.
Okay.
But the two things that are telling me what it is one, the long startup.
Yeah, well,
long startup is making me...
We'll play that after we're done.
Yeah, so there's a very long startup to this car, which is making me think that it's this engine that I'm thinking of. And the way it sounds like two sixes mashed together, which is what's making me think that it's a BMW 8 Series.
So hang on.
I think it's a 12-cylinder because of the long startup, and the sound makes me think it sounds like two sixes smashed together, like the fucking 850 does.
Hang on.
Are you going to slap that intro, or the startup?
Ah, that's not the right one. Damn it. Of course I messed this up.
But that's a decent guess, no? Like, I feel like that's what it fucking sounds like. It's definitely old. It's an older car.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I had it from a video and had to convert it.
I'll take what decade for $100, please?
Here we go. So what do you think? Rafael, you go first.
One more time. Play that one more time.
Come on, I just closed it, fam.
Oh, come on.
All right. One more time for the start. All right.
Keep it on the loop. Keep it on the loop.
It's starting up. No. No idea.
Long start.
What is it?
Well, how many cylinders? Casper, how many cylinders?
12.
Okay,
Is it 12?
It's 12 cylinders. All right.
Okay. Is it German?
Really?
Kind of.
Kind.
Well, not in design and not in advertising, but by ownership, technically, it is German.
Wow. Then I have no idea.
That narrows it down.
It is a Lamborghini Diablo SV.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
the 6-liter.
Never would have guessed it.
It's 12 though, right? They had
it's a V12.
Yeah, that's what
they had. They had a 5.7, and then they had a 6-liter. The SV is the 6-liter.
Diablos were dope, man.
That was my childhood dream car.
You know, actually, I was actually showing him last night while we were laying in bed. When I was showing him, do you remember? Did you play the early Need for Speeds, like on PC or anything? Do you remember like 1 and 2?
I remember what was it? Like I remember it only because like you got chased by the cops.
That was Hot Pursuit. That was right after. That was 3.
That was the one. That was the first one I remember.
So the one before it that I used to play, there was this company called Ital Design. You ever heard Ital Design? You ever heard of them or no?
No, I have not.
So they had they were kind of like a, I guess I don't know what I would call them. They were like
cheers.
Cheers.
First of all. We're having a nice chilled Zima.
Let me take a sip of this.
Something different.
Oh, it says limited release right there.
Mm-hmm.
Refreshing citrus beverage. Well, this is
that's
5%.
good. Oh, fuck me, that's good.
Right?
I was telling Casper yesterday, Zimas are like what my parents drank when they came to the country.
It's pretty fucking good.
That was like the Corona of '94.
Oh, I think it's really what kicked off the wine cooler. Really,
No, it's pretty banging.
It's delicious.
It's refreshing. This is like the perfect beach drink.
For those who don't know, welcome back to Gear Shift.
Hello, hi everybody.
Yeah, welcome back to Gear Shift. As you can tell, we have a special guest here.
Hello, America. I love your country.
Would you care to say your name? Because I'll butcher it.
Do you want me to say it the correct Polish way or the Americanized?
I don't give a shit. Just
or
say
the
it.
Americanized name.
Just say it.
Say it.
My name is Rafał.
Rafał.
Because AL is like a W, like OW.
Well, the L
actually
in Polish
has an accent on it.
Yeah,
in
the
his
L
name.
in Polish is kind of like a W.
It doesn't transfer to the American alphabet, though.
So
bad.
Rafał. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
but so
Golinski?
Golinsky.
Gowinski?
Golin.
You just told me L's were W's. What the hell?
Well, that L doesn't have an accent.
But the N has another accent on it.
The N does have an
which
accent.
Instead of making it an N, it makes a N sound. N.
So it's Golinski.
But yeah.
I'm learning my Polish slowly.
So we're drinking Zima. Anyway. This is Rafał. And Ital Design, before I forget.
Yes, continue.
So it was like, so you know how there's, Roof and AMG and all these other, whatever companies.
Yes.
That Alpina.
Right.
So I think, if I remember correctly, Ital Design was similar. It was an Italian-based company, obviously. But they had, they did like a redone version of the Diablo, I think it was. It was called you can actually look it up.
I don't have internet
okay. Ital Design Cala, Cala. Right, that's the yellow one that I showed you yesterday. Yeah. And also BMW had a prototype car back in the 90s that was called the Nazca C2.
BMW had a concept?
Yeah. No way, right?
No way.
No way BMW had a concept. and Ital Design had a lot to do with that shit as well. But that car actually looked really, really good. We should probably put up a photo later on of
Speaking
both.
of concepts, did you guys see the new 8 Series concept?
I did, and we've talked about it, and
no gusta.
I'm not. We had a discussion about. We had a discussion, Christoph and I, about.
I'm going to hold off for the real deal, not just the concept. I think the concept is it's eye catching. Right. I like it. I like what they're going for.
Yeah.
I would like to see what happens when pen actually comes to paper. And it actually
I mean, as of late, BMW design-wise, I think has been pretty bland and boring. I mean, the new 3 Series to me just looks...
I don't know. For me, it's whatever.
Terrible.
I have my opinions. I've already discussed my opinions. It was the same conversation we were having yesterday about what I think BMW's doing now. But that's whatever. I mean,
but they're doing what everybody in Germany is doing.
Yeah.
Let's make 27 SUV models, one inch shorter than the other, and call it a new model.
Yeah. Well, because SUVs sell.
Yeah.
It's what people want, so...
Look at Porsche. Their number one selling car is the Cayenne.
I know. Crazy.
How crazy is that? They've sold more Cayennes, I think, than like 911s put together.
Which is okay. Because if there were that many 911s... Well, actually, no, it's not okay. Because if there were that many 911s, the price would be down, and I could afford to maybe look at one. But no, so welcome back to Gear Shift. This is our number 1 summer episode.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. I wasn't prepared.
No.
I'm
so glad
I should
you're
have
not.
brought 2 little American flags. I should have had a shirt, one of those. You guys remember those Old Navy American flag?
What?
It just says 1776 underneath it.
No, they made one for every year, and like the only thing that changed every year was like the flag that had like one less wave wrinkle in it. Yeah. And they'd be like 2017 now with 3 folds in the flag.
So this is our first summer episode.
Yep.
We have 2 more of these coming before we start up to the real deal, going back into the weekly.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're having a good time. We got some coffee. You got some iced coffee. I have cold hot brew that I just didn't get to this morning. But
that mug though,
I just got this in the mail today.
That's pretty cool.
It's a double-walled mug.
Can I touch that mug?
You may. And it's from Black Rifle Coffee.
Oh,
it's not too heavy. It's nice, right?
Oh, it feels really solid, too.
Yeah.
This is nice.
I prefer larger cups so I can fit more in it, but...
How much horsepower does it have?
About 75.
Okay.
Is that a stage 1
It's
mug?
air-cooled, that's why.
Is that a stage 1 mug?
And yeah, so...
Yeah, I got the aftermarket.
It's stage 2.
I got the aftermarket ear on it.
And then, like I said, we're having some Zimas. So Zima got, for those who don't know, they stopped releasing it in the United States in 2008
due to FDA regulations.
But they kept it going in like Japan.
FDA schmefda.
Where is it from?
It's Miller Coors.
Miller Coors.
Well, then why
America.
Oh,
hello, America.
America. But then
America.
they brought it back out for limited
That's
release.
pretty good.
And it's very good. I had it in
really
college. I was not 21.
I don't
at the
remember
time.
it tasting like this though. Do you think this is the same formula?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's how I remember it.
It's very refreshing.
And other people I've heard that have drank it recently have said it's exactly how they remember it,
That
whether
shit's
that's good or bad. So.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good.
No, it is.
I could fucks with it.
And for $31 for a case,
How many are in the case?
24. It's $1.30 a piece. I've done that.
It's not gonna be around for long. So.
No, I'm gonna go buy more cases actually
you?
before Pocono.
Okay. You see this stack of tires over here? It's gonna be a stack of Zimas.
It would just be Zimas. But it's funny because distributors have limited amounts.
I still haven't gotten approved.
Zima, feel free to sponsor
Really?
this.
Unless I missed an email. Yeah.
I got it pretty... Did I get... I know.
I asked
it took
him.
like 3 days.
I mean,
or
he
so.
asked me for photos of the car, so I'd send him photos of the car, the bearded photos. I was like, "Yeah, you want some photos? I got some fresh fucking photos for you right now, guy."
I'm still not 100% sold on this approval process for a track day.
It's whatever.
You want to do a track day? Show me a picture.
Whatever.
That is the.
Wait, that's how they're.
Well, no, I mean, no. There was
no. They asked me for my Instagram.
Yeah, no,
I'm being serious
because it's
what?
It's seat time for $250.
I understand.
One,
no, I
two.
understand
It's run
that.
by a car show. They want
right.
I get it.
Here's my other beef about. I know Eric and I talked about this. Is the fact that so I asked about seat time. Do we have to have an instructor with? And they're going to say
first few laps. Yeah,
they're going to say if you don't have a lot of experience, yes, we're going to make you sit with an instructor. But if you go to a track day, like you have to usually go through a class for sanctioned events and stuff like that, unless you know somebody or go to an event that's like But usually you have to get signed off. You graduated your class to be able to be on the track. So and when you go to these, you have a list of meet the instructors. These are going to be the instructors. They have a combined 3,000 years of track time.
Yeah.
These are who they are. So you know all this ahead of time. I bet you it's just going to be someone who runs the event that's just going to sit in the car with you.
I don't know.
Go, okay, yeah, you're good to go. You didn't wreck.
Yeah, who knows nothing?
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see
what happens.
It's coming up.
We'll see what happens.
But I will be buying another case of Zima because Kevin and I are camping out the night before.
Yeah.
Is this the same track day that you've been talking about?
That's the one I've been talking about, but I haven't gotten my approval yet. I'm thinking I'm gonna email him today or tomorrow.
You need to send more Instagram photos.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, he probably checked out your Instagram, so I only have 3 or 4 photos. And
just put on some.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Just put on some American flag swim trunks. Wet your Mark 6 and
hold a Zima.
Yeah, hold a Zima.
Merca.
Send them that.
We'll see.
You're gonna get instant approval.
I'm trying not to
depends.
blow money either, so I'm back and forth on this whole.
Here we go.
But
because you still have to get tires in order to do
that's the
this.
thing.
But
anyway, the mounts.
I just spent 2 Gear Shift episodes listening how badly you want to go to the track, and now
whatever.
Now you're like, nah.
I want to. But
first he was like,
waiting.
bro. Then he was like, bro. Yeah. Now he's like, bro.
I just want to take a C6 to the track.
By the way, I want a C6. I really want a vet.
C4 is where it's at, though.
The fuck C4
You get saw blades. That's all I have to say. I don't say anything more.
I want a vet so bad right now.
C4, you get saw blades.
But I really want one. I don't know why.
Before we continue with that,
would you sell the Mark 6 to get a C6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down the line, I would do it. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't daily it. I would have to pick up an Elantra or something.
You have a daily.
An Elantra. A nice Optima or
no, I mean I'd have to have a legit beater car.
Toyota Echo.
Speaking of Hyundais.
Oh yeah, word. By the way, our Uber driver yesterday. Did you know that this new Sonatas come stick? I had no idea. There's a stick option for Sonatas.
I never.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I cared about Sonatas for a second. My bad. I want to make sure I was still here.
We get in and I said we get in the car and he starts rolling back. I'm like, motherfucker, is this stick? He's like, yeah.
He was a terrible driver.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Do you remember his name?
Clutch for days.
No.
Give a shout out to him.
I don't remember his name.
No.
I don't remember.
Bethlehem Uber cannot be that great.
I mean, it was.
It was actually all right. The guy who took us to the spot, that first guy.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Wait, did you say spa?
Spot.
Oh.
Spot.
I wouldn't put it past the two of you to go to a fucking spa together.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, all day.
First you told me your pants were off.
Listen, the pants were off the whole time.
But I will say, so the way this episode started is how from here on out we're going to start every episode with a random vehicle clip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So today was a Lamborghini Diablo SV.
It does sound good.
And the reason why you said German, well, VW owns Lamborghini, and I looked up. They actually
did they own them there?
98.
I'm 98.
So Volkswagen took control in 98. So it depends on what year Diablo.
Because they started in.
They ended in 01.
But when did they start? Was it 94, 95? Something like that, right? Or am I bugging? I honestly don't remember.
They had a short run compared to the Countach. Countach had a 16-year run.
Countach. That's a fucking car.
Countach? Is that a Countach?
Well, apparently they suck to drive.
I wouldn't be surprised. But
look at James May did that on Top Gear. He did that thing about driving your dream car, and I think that the Countach was his dream car, and he drove that, and he was like, "Don't drive your dream car."
Yeah.
So it'll ruin the dream.
It'll ruin.
I remember the shifting was the one thing he had. I think he had a beef with. But Diablo, because that was a 16-year run, so that went from
80 something to 90 something, right? Or I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember either. And then the Diablo preceded that, and then was it the Murcielago took over after the Diablo. I think they actually had an overlapping year. I think they were both in 01.
That was a long run too on that car, no?
I don't remember.
Murcielago.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm actually doing that right now.
Okay. Because if you're going to have a conversation with somebody, why don't you share it with the whole class?
That's what I'm trying to fucking do, guy.
Wow, tell us how you really feel.
Well, I mean, if it was just an audio
74 to 1990. That's fucking crazy.
16-year run, and then the Diablo was...
Wow.
So was the Diablo like 11-year run? Like 90... Or did they start in 95? I want to say they started in 94. That sounds right. I could be wrong.
Telling you right now. 90 to 2001.
So
11 years.
Okay.
That's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, that looks great.
That was my childhood dream car. I wanted an SV so bad. I loved that car. I absolutely, and that was before I could just go onto YouTube and look it up. Like, I've now spent my adult life going back and listening to my childhood cars.
So this is...
That's what the F50 was for me.
This is the Talesrunner Cala that I was talking about. What do you mean?
What is that supposed to be?
It's a Lambo. What do you mean? It was designed for Lambo.
It's so rounded.
Fuck you, guys.
Well, part of the Diablo, part of the appeal of the Diablo was kind of square.
You know what?
I mean, it wasn't as square as the Countach, but
yeah.
You know what, guy?
So yeah, so the 5.7 and the 6-liter, and then the SV was the 6-liter. But
and then this,
I would love to drive one.
Was the also
this I love.
I love this car. I've always loved this car. I will always love this car. I want it.
So badass.
This was that BMW.
That's C2.
That's the Nazca C2.
Ooh,
right?
It has suicide doors. Well, of course. Wait, suicide or
the Lambo doors?
Lambo doors.
Lambo doors. Not
suicide.
Sorry, my bad.
Lambo
doors.
I'm being...
Doors are this.
My bad. That drinking.
It's
Look.
that. I can't.
Yeah, you'd fuck with it. Don't lie.
No, it's reminding me of something else. And I can't.
I know.
Didn't Ford have a concept car in that same time frame?
I'm sure they did.
They did.
That was kind of sharp.
It's a dope fucking car.
It's like almost flat. It has like no definition to it.
The rear looks like a fucking NSX.
NSX, yeah, it does.
So yeah, for those of you listening, we're definitely going to put photos of those two cars up because I said so. So
it's product placement.
You can go ahead and place that product.
It's product placement. There we go.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was the Ford GT90.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Show me a
That's
picture
another
of the
car
GT90.
from fucking Need for Speed. We're definitely... So this is turning into a Need for Speed 2 Cars episode.
Need for Speed.
I remember driving this thing, and it had like the blue interior. Fucking gorgeous.
Look at this interior.
Dude, this thing was so...
Look at this interior.
Oh, my God.
Show me the exterior of the car.
I'll show you the
Dude,
exterior.
that car was fucking beautiful.
This was like all in the same game.
I could so fuck with this car.
Oh!
You remember that?
What's the...
Look at that thing.
That's dope.
There was another car that actually went into production that kind of looked like that, though.
Look at that.
Yeah, I remember
What
that.
am I thinking of?
How fucking nice is that?
That's nice.
Why
Right?
can't they make cars like that?
That's nicer than anything Ford's ever made.
Yeah, seriously, exactly.
I mean, now that I look at the rear.
No, come on.
What's the
Actually,
rear?
Dude, that's
exhaust.
honestly,
What's the rear?
I think we can agree if
The taillights.
but dude, this can come out today and still look modern.
Yeah,
that could come out today and look modern.
That looks like something
and
that would
that's
be produced today.
That's 20 something years ago that they made that concept.
Yeah, that's nice.
it's pretty sharp.
No,
looking.
the
think it's
Saline
look at this,
S7 that had a very
Mhm.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's fuck. Come on, guy. Come on, dude.
Right?
What the hell's going on with that spoiler?
That's fucking dope.
Well, it was Ford.
90s.
All right. Well, we need
That
a
interior.
we
Look
need
at
one
all
of them wing things that goes
that's
over the
so
rear.
horrible that it's beautiful.
Are those metal rings in the seat?
Yes, weight reduction, guy.
Weight reduction. Because you cut it out and then you put heavy metal in it. Polish ingenuity at its finest.
Or if it's,
So we're gonna,
it's for when you
gonna
shit.
cut it out.
It's for when
then
you
put
shit your
metal. Make sure it is lead.
It's for when you shit your pants and it goes straight through.
Facts.
It's like a cheese grater, just goes straight through.
Make sure you put lead.
I think
Into
I
the
don't know.
seat.
I could fuck with that. So this is turning into a '90s supercar concept.
That's
episode.
okay. I'm okay
That's
with
fine.
that.
I'm fine with that.
So I have a list about 25 cars long of what the intro cars, and I'm not telling you what they are because I want the interaction to
No,
be
yeah, of course.
genuine.
That's
Like,
fine.
ooh, what is that? Is that a Corolla?
If there's no Volvo in there, I actually will be disappointed.
So I have Volvo on the list.
Fuck.
But I haven't decided what model.
You know how
yet, though.
embarrassing it's gonna be if he puts a Volvo on. I'm gonna have no idea. I'm like, all right, that's a fucking BMW. Actually, that's a Volvo 850. Oh, okay.
No,
well
you-
then,
I'm just gonna record your car. How well do you know your car?
He's gonna throw like 50 guesses out at it. No.
Well,
Corolla,
No.
well, you know,
Mustang.
the,
Buick LaCrosse.
the sad part is something like this did happen.
I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
Because
so, do you know the story? You don't know the story.
No.
So, this is what happened. So,
it's mildly embarrassing for myself.
It's so fantastic.
Is
So,
that Christoph's car?
No. Listen. So, I got the exhaust done when I had the R32.
Right.
The R32. So, the first time I had it done, all I did was the Tampa mod, and I didn't cut them. So it got a little noise, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. A little more.
Yeah.
So then I cut the muffler out, and that was a lot, and it became loud. But I love the noise. Like, you remember how it was at first. It sounded pretty fucking good. So
I beg to differ.
Listen. No.
No. But I'm going to interject and say I had my opinion about it. I refused to give him validation.
So basically, what happened was I went to get Thai with him the one night. We went to get Thai.
Was it Thai Ave?
Yeah, it was Thai Ave. It was Thai Ave.
Of course, it was Thai
Ave. So we get
shout
the
out
Thai
to
Ave.
Thai Ave. Solid.
We get the Thai Ave. They were already there, and I start pulling in. I'm fucking telling a story, guy.
Let him tell the story.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Learn the fucking etiquette of a podcast.
Seriously.
So.
I'm sorry, America. Please do not send me back to
Boo!
my country.
So I pull into the lot.
Other side of the wall with you. Get him out of here.
They're already in the lot. Okay. They're hanging out, and they're out of the car.
Is it just me and Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, pulling around, and Crystal's like, that sounds really good. And I just look at his face, and he's just like looking at me. And I'm like, all right, I'm not even going to fucking say anything, whatever. So we get inside, and we eat our food. We start to leave. Then I go in front of them, and I just took off, right? And I think Crystal sent me a message or something like, oh, that sounds really good. And I think I asked, I'm like, what does Christoph think? And he goes, I'm like, and no, he was about this. I think Crystal was saying, oh, I think it sounds really good. And then she turns to Christoph and starts saying, you were saying, and he goes, don't you tell him anything I said. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm not telling you anything.
I was trying to stick to my guns and I wouldn't give him validation.
No, he wouldn't give me any validation.
Give him
right?
validation.
So fast forward, time passes. He never said shit. I had the car for another year and change, over a year. Never said anything.
Well, you did do a change. You did change a little bit.
Well, I had the UM tune. That's really the only thing that changed afterwards.
With
the blocks,
yeah.
with the mufflers, but that didn't make much of a difference. No, it was already too
It just
loud.
changed your drone. That was it.
That's all it did. So.
It didn't drone.
So a year and change passes by, and then the one night, 2 or 3 months after I get this car,
what were we doing? We
were in the garage on something. We were doing something. I forgot what it was. And I bullshitting around. Started playing exhaust.
We were
noises.
doing the fluids on your car.
Oh, that's what it was.
On the Mark
yeah,
6. Yeah.
So was that when he was eating Chick-fil-A?
No, that was after the suspension. But no, we were doing the fluids, the different. So I was underneath his car.
Okay.
And we're he's going through exhaust videos.
And then I'm going through exhaust videos. Yada yada.
Don't tell me he says, "Wow,
listen,
that sounds good."
Listen. So we're going through exhaust videos. We're playing random shit, thinking about what we're going to use for the podcast. Yada yada.
Now hang on.
And I'm sitting there.
Fast forward, rewind a little bit to one day. Me and him went out and did videos of flyby with his car and the R32.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck him over so bad. So I'm like, oh yeah, I played a VR, I played another VR, then I played something else, and then I go on his fucking YouTube account. I find the video of my car, and I play it, and I'm playing it and looking at him, and he goes, "What is that?" I'm like, "I don't know, some R32." He goes, "That sounds disturbingly good."
No, you didn't even say R32.
I just said VR or something.
No, you played it, and I was like, "What is that?" That sounds pretty good.
He goes, "That sounds disturbingly good," and I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah," and I'm like, and he's like, "Fuck."
That's
I was caught.
great.
No, and so the whole reason I never gave you validation
is because it sounded great, but the drone was retarded.
One, because you wanted it.
Yeah, I wanted it bad.
Two,
it's for the same reason he won't admit any other Thai spot is okay.
That's
Thai is
false.
Awesome.
False.
Touch Thai's all right.
I've admitted that Touch Thai was good.
Yeah,
I have. I've eaten. If it wasn't good, I wouldn't have gone back.
Yeah.
Boom.
I have gone back several times. I was there yesterday. I ate Thai twice yesterday. Yes. I went to Touch Thai.
God bless America,
with Crystal
man.
for lunch with the kids.
Did you get crap both times? Obviously.
Did you really?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
And then we went, and then you and I went to Thai Ave last night. But so here's my thing. Thai Ave, since they know me because I order ridiculously hot. I like going to them, and I can taste a difference.
Well, yeah.
Whoa, that's Zima. Oh God.
Facts.
But they make it the way I want. I've told Touch Thai, look, to make this as hot as you can possibly make.
I remember that time we went.
Yeah,
and you were like, make it really hot, and then you ate it, and you're like, eh.
I'm like,
you know his order yesterday? He's like, yeah, can I get it with so and so level 12. I'm like,
yeah, 12
level
star. 12 star. Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on?
It tells them how many peppers to put in. That's what it is.
And he ate it. Like it was.
No.
Yeah, but I inhaled. Like I was all done, and all of a sudden, I must have had like one stuck in a tooth, and I inhaled, and it got stuck to the back of my throat, and I was like, like eating is fine, but when you inhale that, no, game over, man. And I was like, hang on a second,
BRB,
just hang on. But no, so that's why I love going to Thai Ave, because they make it the way I want it.
That's a good reason to go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. But no, Touch Thai is good. I do want to go to the other one, which is what? Thai? No.
I forget the name, but it's right next. It's like
right down the block.
I've been there once. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But back to that $300 exhaust setup though.
Yeah, so I never gave him validation because of the drone. I hated that car.
It did drone.
It drone bad. And
like a drive from like here to New York, and that must be fucking.
A drive from here to Bethlehem was horrible.
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, it didn't bother me too much until like towards the end. Then it got really bad.
Yeah,
because my cats were starting to go because of the tuning. So
the only thing the one thing I did like about it is it didn't have any rasp.
No, it didn't.
That was the only thing.
Well, no, towards the end it started to build rasp. That was the thing. I think because my cat started to go. I think it just got really bad.
Shout out to whoever owns that car now.
But it was a properly maintained car.
Yeah,
I mean for the
exhaust.
The exhaust.
Shout out to whoever has my engine mounts, intake.
My bad, dude.
And
they
what
pressed
else?
me. I like
and
couldn't.
What else?
I was gonna give you.
He texted me.
Dude, we could have had them off in like hours.
He texted me the day before, like, dude. Do you want, the mounts, the intake?
Oh, you never told me that.
Wait, mounts, intake, and what else?
Fucked up.
What else
I was going to give him the intake, the mounts,
sway bar.
Sway bar.
And he's like, dude, he gave me like a really solid deal,
I was
of course.
And the mounts were like brand new at that point in that car.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want them? I'm like, yeah, dude.
Well, you had those mounts for like a couple months, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, of course I want them. He's like, all right, I got you.
I fucked up.
He texted me the next day. He's like, oh, I'm going to go look at a Mark 6. I'm like, okay. An hour later.
Go look.
An hour later. Bro, I got to sell it right now.
I
got to sell it. I'm like, I'm like, really?
What most people don't realize is that you can just go, okay, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
I know.
Yeah. You could have just done that.
I know.
Come back. Come here. Stripped it real quick. It wouldn't have taken long to.
Nah, I know. I fucked up.
The mounts take 40 minutes. Sway bar takes 40 minutes.
He hyped me up so much. He's like,
fucked up.
He's like, you're going to get some solid parts. I'm like, yay. And then he's like, it's gone. I'm like, what do you mean it's gone? I was ready to get the parts. He's like,
my bad.
He's like, yeah, they're gone.
And
I'm like, but you have the parts, right? No.
And it's gone.
And the car's gone and the parts are on it. I'm like, didn't you take them off? He said, I'm getting them. Yeah, I had to let it go right then and there.
Well, then afterward, he was like, maybe I could call them and see if they could take it off. I'm like, they're not going to do that for you.
I know.
They're not going to do that.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
I never found that car.
That's when
I never found it again.
Well, because somebody bought it and went, oh, this hood's single stage.
Should have seen
Crusher.
You should have seen my face when he told me that. I look like one of those kids on Feed the Children that hasn't had a solid.
I fucked up bad.
That guy though. That guy on those infomercials is great. Santa Claus with his Steve Irwin fucking cargo shorts.
While we're talking about 90s, can we talk about Steve Irwin? I miss that son of a bitch.
Nice guy.
Did you see his daughter?
His daughter's doing a lot in like his name now. Like,
Did you see his daughter though?
I do her.
How old is she?
She is an attractive.
How old is she now?
Attractive girl. I think she's like 18, 19.
I
She's all about the zoo life though.
Well, look how she was raised. Of course she is.
But I mean, she could have just been like, "Fuck it, this isn't for me." But
she could have.
She's just like her dad.
But
like when they show,
I want justice.
She
for
goes
Steve.
on like I've seen her on like Ellen, like those morning shows. She interacts just like her father did.
Oh yeah,
like she's so into it.
She just jumps on whatever's there.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this koala! Look at this koala! It's like fucking slicing the host's face. Oh, he's just being a little friendly.
That's just how they talk, mate. That's just what they do. I remember watching. Well, I grew up watching him on Animal Planet. I loved watching that stuff.
I love Steve Irwin was solid. You know who else was good? What was his name? Jeff Corwin.
Yeah, Jeff Corwin. Yeah,
solid dude too.
I didn't watch too much of him. By the way, hashtag let's start justice for Steve Irwin. Kill the Ray. Or something. I don't know. We can't start a revolution. Nobody cares.
If we're talking,
we probably should.
90s supercars.
Look at her with the koala.
How
Let
about
me see the koala. That's a cute koala.
Yeah,
how about that McLaren F1, man?
That's actually on my list of cars.
Have you ever? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
no, don't take it off. I mean, it's whatever.
I'll throw it in wherever. But
yeah,
no, the F1. Like I remember when that was.
That
like,
was
that was the car we talked about as kids. Like, hey, that's the fastest car in the world.
Yeah,
that's the fastest production car.
That thing was amazing.
The biggest thing
Is that the 3-seater?
Yes.
Yeah.
The driver sat in the middle, right?
Middle.
Correct.
Yeah, that was
and they had the two mini seats.
That was I think, the biggest draw for me was like, how badass is it that you sit in, and you know what it is? The seat, the driver's seat was
elevated,
but it was forward.
Was
so
it?
the passengers, I think, sat a little bit behind
Yeah,
you, so you literally felt like.
Was it elevated a little bit more too, or no?
Oh, that I'm not sure.
Maybe,
no,
it being
was.
forward. Maybe
I think
it's
it was.
illusion.
I think it was.
Yeah.
But actually, while we're looking for that, we totally missed on one thing. How did you get into cars? We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we do have a guest. You're
a
fresh guest, so you're going to get hit in the hot seat here twice.
Yeah, see,
yeah, the driver's a little forward.
Okay.
So literally, you felt like you were like a pilot of a ship.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you're going to get put in the hot seat here twice, speaking of seats. So you got to be talking about how you got in the cars, and later we're going to talk about co-driver of the week. You get to nominate that guy. So at the end, you do the co-driver, and now, how'd you get in the cars?
How did I get into cars?
I already asked the question. You don't have to restate the question.
The typical story.
What is it? What's the typical story, guy?
Friends. My friends.
Okay, so anyway,
it's a very, very
cool story, bro.
No, but that's what it is, though.
It's kind of
my friends. They were getting in. We were all young. People were getting their licenses.
Could you elaborate, please?
Getting their whips, hoopties. I was late to
same. I mean, I wasn't late to it, but
my friends were already a couple years into like the car scene.
So how? Talking like 17, 16?
17.
How was that late?
I felt like my friends were already like doing it for like 2-3 years.
Know.
You know, I can validate that because I didn't really get into cars, like starting to know, like
I didn't have like a childhood thing. Like
me neither.
My father, he wasn't a car dude. He was a typical Polish guy. He just wants to go A to B
and potatoes
and vodka.
Vodka.
Those two go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Potatoes
so I don't have like one of those like cool. My dad brought me up on.
No, me neither.
Stories.
My
dad was never.
My story was, I got my license. My friends were into cars, and I was like, yeah, I want to get in on this.
Which is actually kind of good if you think about it, because I think when you're raised with something, you tend to follow the road pretty strictly.
As far as preferences and whatnot?
For the most part, yeah. Like, well, my dad did this, so you either you don't go on the road at all, or you stay very strictly on it. If you're older and you developed your own taste. You get to you get to decide what you're going to go into, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Like my parents would never. Like, well, I'll say my dad. I don't think I could ever sit down with him and talk about a Lamborghini. Even today, I doubt I could.
No, me neither. My dad will, my dad will like occasionally. Like, I'll get like a message here and there. He'll send me like a pic of something just because he knows that, like, if he sees something that he thinks like is cool or whatever, like he'll send me a photo and. But that's pretty much the extent of it. Like, you know what I mean? If we start like discussing like anything a little bit more technical or more like, oh, this is the reason for this, and that's just not.
That's a Polish dad. Yeah, they're not.
Most of them aren't really all that into this kind of stuff.
So when you got into cars, what was it? What got you on the path? And who's got their phone near the? I mean, we all do actually.
Yeah.
I can hear it in the. Yeah, just. Anyway, so when you did get into it, what was the, what was it?
You know what it was? I had friends, like remember Mike?
Yeah, of course.
With the
M3. Yeah, of course.
He started doing like track days.
Yeah.
Very early on, like as soon as he had an E36 M3, and he started getting into like track days at the time, and he would always be like, "You want to go?" And I didn't have a car then. I was like, "Yeah." And I went to a lot of them, like a lot of track days. And I was just that's kind of like where, I was like, I got to get in on this. And he bought an E30. It was a 325. He worked as like a parking lot attendant in the city somewhere. He bought a 325. It was mint off of this like old lady. And
that's the way to do it.
He paid like $400 for the car. And it was pristine.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I need an E30 in my life.
Yeah.
I got into the E30 hard then.
Well, that was your first car.
I still love them.
I was just going to say, what was your first car? E30?
Yeah. It was a 91 318 IS.
Yeah.
Oh, they're tiny little cars.
Yeah.
They're nice.
4-banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it had the AM package, meaning it had the limited slip diff.
It had a limited
slip diff, M suspension, M seats, M steering wheel, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Convertible?
No.
Yeah, he's on that peasant shit. I had the vert.
You did have a vert.
I did have a vert for like 3 weeks.
It's like the number one thing I'll always say. Like if we're riding together, I'll be like, "Oh, Casper, look, there's a convertible BMW."
Oh God!
Stop the car.
Trouser tremors, aka Richard Hammond's thing.
No,
but
vert E30s are.
I like
sexy.
I like vert E30s. I could fuck with a vert E30. Like if I were to pick up like another E30, I wouldn't be. I think there are certain cars that I would not want to get as a vert, but if I came across like a really clean E30 vert that was at a reasonable price, I would definitely do it. Because I don't know, I've never had like a vert to actually just drive out and enjoy. The one time I took fucking Pablo's Cabrio, that was awesome.
Did you say Pablo?
I call him Pablo now.
Nice.
Because I was voice texting.
Yes. I like this.
I know. I was voice texting somebody.
He's now Pablo.
I think I was voice texting Dom or something, and I tried to say Pavel, and it just autocorrected to Pablo. I'm like, fuck it, that's what it is
That's
now.
what we're going with.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my haircut. Hey, what's up, Pablo?
He's gonna be like, dude, what?
Does he know you called?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, he does now. Yeah.
Pablo. That's
But
awesome.
yeah, no, and like I think that car, if I were to have one, I would just have it like, if it was like a clean one, it would be one of those things where like you set it up with a nice set of wheels, suspension, and just cruise around in it, and just enjoy having an E30.
And here we are talking about a BMW again.
Yeah.
E30s, man.
It's funny. Kevin called us out like early on. This was going to be a VW and Volvo show, but every
Fucking
freaking episode is BMW every time.
But
those early.
But that was
BMWs,
his first car, and you had it for a long fucking time.
I had that car for 5 years.
Yeah.
Stick, I would imagine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then and then somebody made him get an R32.
Wait, so you went from that straight to the R32?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you had that for a while then.
Yeah, like almost 5.5 years I had that.
Wow.
And then I was just telling him the story yesterday about the kid who bought it off of me. He was like 17, just got his license. Threw it up on Craigslist. And he's like, he texted me, he's like, oh, I want to come see the car. I didn't know he was a kid, because the way he was writing text was like, it was
exactly.
So he comes to see the car, and it's this like 17-year-old Indian kid. I'm like, okay. So he looks at the car, whatever. At that point, I was just trying to get rid of the car because it had massive oil leak.
So
I'm talking
it was
like puddling.
From the engine?
Yeah, from the pen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, I mean, Casper could vouch that for sale ad was brutally honest.
Oh yeah, no, he was transparent as fuck.
Yeah, I was like massive oil leak.
Shit's fucked.
Massive oil leak.
No, he was very transparent.
So the guy
with
the kid drove the car. He loved it. I mean, other than the
What's
oil
not to
leak,
love?
But transparency,
it was
you know what it is?
great.
The transparency.
Really
I feel like the
great.
transparency leads to better sales usually.
100%.
Because
I hid nothing.
If you're 100%, I feel like people can. I mean, if you come across like a reasonable buyer a lot of the time, if you're super transparent, then
but there's so many non-reasonable buyers out there.
There are, but I feel like you have a little bit more of like there's less room for them to knock you down on price because like I already told you everything and this is my price. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that depends on the pricing. If you have it,
I had
priced,
that. I had it priced at
like you want it to go.
You put it for like 35 or 37.
3,500 for that car.
I don't know what the market value is.
They
he actually got for the amount of work that the car needed. He got a pretty good amount for it. I would say.
Huh.
And so the kid drove it and he loved it. And his dad is like, "There's no way we're paying 3,500 for this." Like it pulled. He test drove it. And we just had it like stopped at the side of the road, and he was going around looking at it, and it literally pulled like this much oil under. So it was, yeah. And so his dad's like, "No way." And I'm like, he's like, "Unless you drop it massively."
It just needed a seal?
I think so, yeah. So his dad's like, "No way." So I'm like, "All right, no problem." And the kid was in love with it, and he was like, "No, I really want it.
And he was like, "No, I have
they
two
left.
people." Yeah.
They left. His dad's like, "We're not gonna put." He's like, "Unless you like massively cut the price on this," and I couldn't because even what's his name? You met Dennis at Wookiees, right?
I know who he is, but
OMG
I don't know him,
Motorsports?
but I know who he is.
So that's
remember
that was my
Wookie 16, that monster black E30 that was there.
Remember?
You remember?
He has an
The
S52
black
swapped
E30.
in there.
No, because there was a black E30 there this year. No, E30? No,
Yeah,
I don't
E30 last year.
I think so. Yeah.
As soon as you pass the fucking where the food or the barbecue is, and you start going up the hill. They were right at that first house, the black E30, the BMW.
He probably came with Cootie, who has the Mark IV Jetta. R32
oh yeah, because that does. Oh yeah, the silver R32 Jetta that was swapped last year.
Yeah.
But
so Dennis owns OMG.
The BMW guy
out in Long Island.
OMG.
OMG.
Yes,
That's
I like
great.
it.
Yeah. So he does mostly E30s out there. And when I went to show him the car, I'm like, listen, Dennis, it's leaking, this and this. He's like, dude, even for this model, because E30, the 318 ISs are pretty rare because they were only like a 6-month run, and the 91 was the last year for the E30. So it was they're pretty rare. They're pretty rare.
They came with
Dennis is like, even if you need all that work, this car is $3,000 all day. So I posted it for you, $3,500. Long story short, the kids ended up coming. He texted me the next day. He's like, I'm coming to get the car.
I stole the money from my dad. I'm coming.
And then he came with his dad and his mom. His mom tried to haggle me. So I dropped it $50 just to make her quiet.
$50?
$50. I had like 4 people calling me that same day want to see the car.
Well, and that's the best way to negotiate. Like, dude, if you don't, I don't care if you buy
that's what I told.
Yeah.
Like, the dad is like, you got to massively drop it. I'm like, I can't drop it. I got 4 people coming tomorrow. Look at it, So I ended up selling. I made good on that, especially what I paid for that car.
Well, that's when you start raising the price.
Yeah.
Like, look, guy.
You want it for $27? Fuck you. Price is $36 now.
So
you know what I paid for that car?
Well, you laugh.
I feel like you're gonna tell me.
Go ahead.
$600.
You bought that car for $600?
$600.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, in Westchester.
$600
haul. Jeez.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Well, it's an hour from here. Westchester's like an hour and a half from
it's
here.
It's $600.
$600.
No, it's a haul. I'm saying
I know,
it's a
but
drive.
it's $600. You
$600.
make the drive.
Oh yeah,
$600 I paid for that.
That's insane.
Sold it for $3,300. Not bad.
Well, see, so I have a friend of mine who used to sell parts on Vortex for a while. And he had a method. So typical Vortex is like price drop, bump, no one wants it, you drop the price.
Yeah.
He did the opposite. He would raise the price.
Seriously?
And think about it. Like, oh my God, I got to buy this because tomorrow it's going to go up in price. It worked. He used to sell so many parts because I'm bumping the price up.
I sold that car in 2 days. That E30, I sold it in 2 days.
Well, yeah.
That's actually sounds too long.
Like, those cars go
like
fast
Friday.
now,
Friday, I posted it on Craigslist, and then Sunday he came and picked it up.
Nice.
Yeah. It was
They
nice.
go
And
quick,
then-
In New
man.
York, can you just sign the title, or do you have to go to a notary?
You could just sign it.
Okay, so PA is the weird one. Then.
PA is retarded.
I
And then
know
Saturday-
Maryland, Jersey, and New York, you can all just sign it right. And
So I sold it Sunday, and then Saturday
after.
he came and we drove up to Connecticut to pick up the Mark V.
I remember you telling me.
Did
that,
you find you found that Mark V? Because he was like, dude, they just posted a
It was
Mark
better than
V in
his.
Connecticut.
It was a lot better than mine.
Yeah.
As soon as we went to see it, he's like, and he sent me the link. I'm like, wow, that price is too good because the mileage on it, it had like 50.
He had the same mileage I had. He bought it at like 55 or 56,000. I bought my car for 19. His was for 13.
13. He was like,
Yeah, you overpaid.
Oh, I overpaid by a mile.
and he was like,
you spread it, bent over,
and I
and
asked
just
him
took
too.
it.
I'm like, do you think there's got to be something massively wrong with the car? And he's like,
I'm like,
let's
no.
go look at it.
I'm like, no, I guarantee you it's
He's
a
like,
fucking
let's go
trade-in
look
and they
at
just want to
it.
get rid of it because they don't know anything about
and
it.
it was a Jeep dealership, and
They
we
just probably didn't know what they had.
The guy had no. When he started, when we went for a test drive, first off we get there and he's like, the Jeep guy's like, yeah, it's a Golf.
Sure,
it
is.
It's a Golf. It's cool. It's red, and we're just like, yeah. And so he sees that we pull up in the exact same car. He's like, oh, you guys like Golfs, huh? I'm like, God, I'm gonna hit you. And
Dude, the whole
we go for the test drive. He's telling him like everything about the car, and he's like, be honest with you, I had no idea.
Yeah, I was telling the guy everything
I wouldn't have
about
said
the car.
I wouldn't have said a word.
Oh no, I mean,
he didn't care.
No, he was asking. I think I don't think he knew it was all-wheel drive.
He had no idea.
I don't think he knew that it was
No
all-wheel
idea.
drive.
Dude, I would have went and launched it. Like I would have done all that stuff. Like,
No, I mean we
I
looked
looked
on
at
the highway.
everything. I mean, we
He
looked
looked at everything
because I knew what to look for now.
And he steps back and he's like, "Bro, if we don't fucking leave with this for 13, I'm gonna just kill you."
well, to be honest, I probably would have launched it just to make sure that worked.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, yeah.
If it breaks on their time, that's on them. That's not your car.
Facts.
So literally, what he ends up telling us is that someone owned it and traded it in for like a Cherokee because he was a kid on the way.
And they're
I guess
just
he
and they were
wanted-
just selling it for basically trade value or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I ended up picking up the car for 13. I thought it was a steal.
It was. No,
Yeah.
there's
It
people.
looked.
Even
I mean,
now,
obviously it's not perfect.
no, but
No, for that mileage, it was a good price. I would
think
say
so.
normally.
I remember
that-
I came and you saw the car and you said I did good.
I
for
think
that, for the money
I think
paid
normally
for it.
that like the same mileage
15.
you should have like 15, yeah. 15, 16.
Yeah, I
would have
remember
been
you guys
fine.
saying
even
I
now
did good.
it's a year and a half later, and if you look for an 08R with the same mileage and similar condition, it's still going to be 14,000, 15,000.
Yeah.
So
I've only put, what is that car? 67,000 miles right now.
Ooh, excuse me.
You put what, like less than 10, right?
I put less than 10. And
Has it been a full year yet?
Year and a half.
Over a year and a half.
1 year and a half. Okay.
Less than 10.
Doesn't really drive it anymore.
So
now
like
it's only Saturday.
You'd probably
it gets
do
driven
8
on
to 10 a
Saturdays.
year, yeah. See, I know for ours, I'd get like 9-10 grand if I returned it back to stock.
Yeah.
If 10, if that. Which is why it'll never go away.
I think mine, like, Blue Book value is still worth more than I paid for it right now because I haven't put any miles on it.
I'm waiting for them to start going back up. It's not going to happen. I'm going to be waiting for a very long time.
It makes me upset because I see Mark IVs are going for astronomical money.
No, they're holy grail, dude.
No, Mark IV is going for the same price as a Mark V does with double the mileage.
Double the mileage, yeah.
And it's like, I don't get. Well, I understand why.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, older cars break easier, so things have a longer time to have gone bad.
But it's a niche market. It's because of what it is.
I will say, I actually had this conversation this week. I forget with who. Like the people who bought Mark IVs and Mark Vs and then shove them in a garage and don't buy them. There's some out there that still have 30,000-40,000 miles on it or less. There's one guy that has 20, who's tried to sell it for 20 grand.
Yeah,
which is crack money. It's ridiculous.
Mark V?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's
too
much.
I'm sorry. I know it has 20,000 miles on it, but at the end of the day, it's still a Mark V, and the whole platform is not worth anything.
Yeah.
The Mark Vs just aren't worth their value. But those cars are meant to be driven. Why would you just shove it in the garage?
Yeah.
Within a year and a half of ownership, basic maintenance on that car. That's it.
Oh yeah,
it's been so freaking reliable for me.
I am very, very fortunate. 126,000 miles on that car. I change the fluids every other year.
Yeah,
except for the oil, obviously. But like trans
I see most people like on Vortex. You know, I browsed before I got the car, just what people's opinions were on it, and like they said, it's a solid car as long as you're on top of maintenance.
You do have some random people because there is a what's wrong with your R thread. There is that, and you do have some people like there was one guy. I just remember his username was Audi Mechanic. I don't know his actual name, but he was plagued. Like his car, he had nothing.
But that could be with any car.
Exactly.
That could be with any car.
You can have that with a Toyota, which is a super reliable car. You can just get that one car that has nothing but problems.
Lemon from the get-go.
I've been very, very fortunate, and that car has not cost me.
I love it.
It's really just been modifications. That's really all it's cost me is modifications and basic maintenance, which is pretty much just fluid and brakes.
Yeah. No, I love it.
That's it.
It's been such a solid car for a year and a half.
I put almost close to 50,000 miles on my one I had, and I hadn't. Yeah. The only issue I ever had was the idle tensioner. That's the only thing that I've run, which is a common thing on those cars, or fairly common.
Idle tensioner?
The tensioner one, the pulley. The idle pulley.
Oh. Idle tensioner.
My bad.
Yeah, I know what you mean now.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, and I had that go wrong on mine, too.
That's the only thing.
So
I haven't changed that on mine.
They revised the part. Somebody might have done it before you got it. They did revise the part number and the part itself. So somebody might have already done it. You'll know when it starts to go because it starts whistle.
A whistle?
Yeah. Really bad.
Yeah, okay. It's annoying.
Or it's just going to straight up fail.
Yeah.
That's no.
There were some people that didn't get a warning sign; it just straight up failed, and you're not damaging your engine. Like if that fails, no, because it's not timing.
Just turn it off so you don't overheat it.
It's just your accessory, but it turns the water pump.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So yeah,
so basically just pull over.
Yeah, but you're not going to cause any damage to the engine. I think I had just what was it? The purge valve. That was the only thing I had wrong going on that car. Purge valve. I had stuff like if I modified it, like if I was the cause of something happening.
Well, that
but that's it.
That could be anything at that point because once you start tinkering with,
I haven't had anything OEM fail like other than the purge valve, but that got done when we bought the car, so that was done under warranty.
I haven't had any issues. It was great
because I see Casper yawning. I know what he really wants to talk. So we're gonna get off Volkswagen here. I know it's killing him inside. He hasn't talked about it.
Oh God.
He has an update on the Volvo, and I know he wants to talk about it. It's going to come out
on the Champagne.
He calls it Champagne.
Champagne.
It's going to come out, so you might as well just talk about it.
It's not going to come out. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about it.
Is it my turn?
Episode 232 of the Champagne Volvo podcast.
50 years later. Well, I finally got to drive it and boost.
I remember back in my day when I had a Volvo.
I'm on engine number 54. Back in my day, you used to have to wait for a warranty claim to go through.
I'm still waiting on that.
I'm still waiting on the money. I'm 75.
I have to call them and get on that.
So what is the current update on?
So the current update on the car is the motor that was tested.
I like how we've had to drag this out of him when he really just wants to tell the
story.
No,
I really wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't. I'm just tired. Fuck you guys. But
Zima, it's refreshing.
So the
like your engine.
The motor that was
Too soon?
Fuck you, guy.
Not soon enough.
All
right, all jokes aside. It's running, right?
It is. It is running.
He's driven it.
I have driven it. There's currently no smoke coming anywhere from anywhere in the engine.
Massive vacuum leaks?
No massive vacuum leaks. It ran like shit when I went to go check it out, and
it sounded like a Subaru.
It sounded like a Subaru, and it was just like, I'm like, why does it sound like a fucking Subaru?
What is it, misfiring?
Yes, there was a reason for it though.
Shout out to Kevin,
Kevbo, the fucking master mechanic who did perform this entire job.
To be fair, he is a VW mechanic, not
what did he do?
He didn't push the injector in all the way on the fifth
just
cylinder.
one of them, yeah.
That's it. That's all it was. It wasn't anything big.
Yeah, Dave reached in there and just clicked. It was
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now it's running?
Yeah, it's running.
But you said
we logged it.
We logged it.
It's not running full boost?
No, I haven't. We boosted it once a little bit to like 7 or 8 pounds. That's it. Okay. But there's no smoke thus far.
That's always a good sign.
Yes, it is.
For you car people out there.
I'm not saying
smoke is no good.
For you Volvo people.
So it's running. There is check engine came on for the coolant temperature sensor, the Bank 1 O2 sensor, and I had a lean running code. So now there is
quite... You checked your engine.
I checked the engine. It was there.
Shut the hood.
We shut the hood. It was fine. But
you know what, though? It makes me happy to hear that we went from like 2,142 error codes on that car to like 5.
Yeah.
We're only down to 5. We're making huge leaps.
Actually, I think it's down to like 3 now. So
3 that would return. Yeah.
So what's like the biggest issue right now with that car?
So
I think they're all related.
I think they're all related. So the what's it called? The fan is on the whole time, pretty much the entire time we're driving, which is coolant temp sensor more than likely.
Not a big deal, right?
No.
It's an air-cooled car, so.
So I already ordered the sensor. I ordered the Frono 2 sensor as well, and then there's a lean code. Now, however, there
is that just tune-related?
I think part of it is now. So getting into it further. So I ordered the sensors because I'm going to swap them regardless. But I sent the log that Christoph and I took about a week and a half ago to the tuner.
Okay.
And said, like, listen, we noticed right off the bat there's a decent amount of unmetered air, like, post MAF.
Well, we don't know if it's no, it's not unmetered. It is metered.
Or it's metered,
it's
but it's
running a lot higher than what he was specifying.
That's what I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it's metered air. It's post MAF. There's too much air.
Okay.
So we sent him the log, knowing that, and I also mentioned to him, I'm like, just so you know, these are the codes. I ordered the sensors, yada yada. And so he goes, yeah, I see this. And he goes, quick question, are you still running the Volvo 960 MAF housing with the Volvo 850, the car that I have, element in it? And I'm like, no, I'm not. We never did that because we never got to that stage. So essentially what he wanted was the base map for the original plan with the original turbo was to have the stock MAF for the base map. And then afterwards you get a longer and thicker MAF housing from another Volvo, where it's literally just a plastic casing and you toss the element in. It's just a direct bolt and you just take out the actual sensor and you put it in.
Do you have that?
I had it, but I never actually put it in the car. And his map
is for
that. So he sent me an updated file with the correct map for the correct MAF. So I'm gonna swap the sensors, upload the new map, and see how it runs. I did have one misfire on the way. Well, more than one. Yeah. But I had one really obvious one when I was coming home from him, that hill that we just went. Okay. I was going up the hill, and I just had my throttle steady. I was in 3rd gear, I think. And I literally, and that's how I know, because the way these cars run is that it's definitely running lean, because I had partial throttle. My AFR was at like 10. At partial throttle was at 10, which means that the car is running lean and is trying to overcompensate by dumping more fuel. Right. So because there's no reason it should be at 10. I literally barely had the throttle on just to go up the hill.
So it's definitely a combination of the tune, because he thought you had the 960
the tune and
MAF,
the sensors, I think.
And the the temperature sensor, coolant temperature sensor, which can definitely do it.
Which can fuck with those cars pretty heavily.
Do you have the parts at your house?
Yeah, they're at the house right now.
And then
we're gonna do it today.
And the front O2 sensor.
And we're gonna upload the tune.
Yeah, we're gonna do it all today. Later.
He sent you a new one.
He sent me a new tune with the 850. With the 850 with the original element. Yeah. So we'll do it. So
VolvoCon 2017.
So next month on our episode, Casper will be on a new motor.
Yeah. And it's literally. But no, I'm gonna wait to see. Well, I did message him. I asked him what plug gap I should be running in. I think he forgot to respond to that, so I'm gonna ask him again afterwards.
How's that Zima?
Very good.
But I don't see any reason why I would have. I think the factory plug gap should be fine because it's going to be the stock turbo.
It should be.
I'm actually excited to change these parts out and see if we can make this baby go.
The plug gap should be fine because.
Well, they do tend to usually with these cars. Whenever it starts to go to a bigger turbo, or whatever, they lower it. They lower the gap. Like the factory gap is 0.028. They usually go to like 2.526.
That's nothing.
It's not a big difference. I know.
Yeah,
but
that's was it 1,000th? No. 10th, 100th, that's 1,000th.
Yeah.
Right?
It's minimal, yeah.
It's the third digit after the decimals.
10th,
100th, 1,000th.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not much. I'm pretty sure the stock, but I don't even know if Kevin might have just tossed them in because they come pre-gapped.
Gift Shift Podcast teaching children of all ages decimal places.
By the way, if you're a child listening to this episode, your parents are horrible. You should not be listening to this. In fact, have your parents call me. And
kids,
we can formally
Zima.
Yes, if you are a child, I recommend Zima. It's only 5%.
Causing childhood alcoholism across the board.
Bullshit. No. Actually, former guest
children. Speaking of beers and children, have I ever told you the story of me drinking a half liter of Polish beer at the age of 3?
No.
Half a liter?
Half a liter.
It's Polish beer, so we don't know. Because that one thing I've learned is Polish beer, you don't know if it's a lager, if it's an ale.
It's just beer.
You don't.
There's no such thing.
It's just beer.
If you went to Poland, you're like, "Can I have an IPA?" They're gonna be like,
"Get the fuck out of this country right now."
Do you wish to die, you American scum? You.
Do you want potato?
You eat with beer.
Potato.
But
so a half a liter at 3 years old.
Half a liter. So what ended up happening?
And then you drove home.
No, what ended up? So the story goes like this: my father and his friends were at the beach. They bought a beer, and they all went to go swim in the lake, whatever. And they left me out on the shore, with the blanket.
Responsible.
But the guys didn't cap. Like one guy didn't cap his beer. So, me being
a 3-year-old.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, water. The sustenance of all life.
I saw my dad drinking it.
So I pounded down half the thing, and my dad comes back from the water. I'm not on the blanket. He's like, what the fuck? So they start, walking. This lake was huge, too, from a parallel stove. So they start walking the shore, whatever, and they find me. And these two ladies found me, and my father's like, what the hell? I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. They were like, oh, yeah, he was just walking the shore, singing, dancing.
Tell me you were holding the bottle.
No, no. And they were like, we picked them up. We started walking the shore, but I guess you guys were in the water. My mother said I slept for 2 days, continuous. She thought I was dead.
Nice.
She thought I was
nice. Nice. Was this in this country or did
no? That was in
Poland.
So when did you come here?
When I was 4.5.
Okay,
4.5.
95.
Yeah, our drinking laws are a little different here.
No, you came in 92 or 93.
93. I think.
93. Yeah.
93.
Yeah.
When did you come?
96. Facts. Which is also the year of production of the Volvo Platinum. Of which there's only 1,500 produced.
I would like to put it out there, though. I am a fully fledged American citizen.
Facts. Same here.
Okay.
2 years going. Well, almost 2 years.
I'm not.
Ice. Kiss this.
We're on the right side of the wall. I just want to make that very clear.
Word. No. Yeah. For me, it's almost 2 years now since citizenship.
That's right, because I remember when you got that.
Yep.
Did you and your dad get it at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have a Welcome to America party for you?
No. I mean...
I feel like I need to play the Hulk Hogan. I am a real American.
Christoph, I think we should get him that Old Navy American flag t-shirt he's always wanted.
Oh man.
Let's see how the 2017 model looks like.
Actually, they've now gone back to 87,
and now
so they're redoing. Now they've circled back through, and they're going to continue going. No, this has been a good one. We've reached the point in the episode where we're going to talk about the co-driver of the week. Actually, no. Scratch
What
that.
did you do this week?
What did you do this week?
I think I saw one entry.
Wow, look at that. That's stylish.
That is very stylish. That is a very stylish looking man as well.
That's a stylish.
It got bigger.
Yeah.
It's just his chest. His chest is bigger.
Now it says Old Navy, live free.
Well then.
Wow.
Oh, is the shirt free? Huh?
It's $5.
I'm taking this with me because I live free.
We'll even give you a color choice preference.
Word.
All right, so what did you do this week? We have 3 entries. One of them I'm going to make fun of. We're going to start with V-Dub Family. Josh, we've mentioned him on the show before. He said, replaced a bad math sensor in my GLI. Damn, they're pricey, even with getting the employee discount. No more check engine light, though. So that's good. He has a Mark 6 GLI.
Nice.
He also has
those cars.
He has a B7 Passat as well.
I like those cars a lot. Yep. I could fuck with the Mark 6 GLI. They're very nice.
He has a TDI Passat. He didn't do the buyback. Actually, he did the LED HID conversion on his Passat after me, and the leveling as well too. So I helped him get that set up. He's in California.
I have a thing for GLIs.
No, I have a thing for
I like them. I've always liked.
I think if I was gonna pick up another Volkswagen at this, like if I had to get rid of the R and had to pick up a different daily, I think I'd get a CC.
No. Have you ever driven one?
Not yet.
Yeah, you won't.
Really?
You won't like it.
Really?
Dude, you're taller than me. I hit my head every time getting into a CC. Really? It's the way the roof is shaped. You will not like it.
Really?
100%.
I hate it. Was that?
Yeah. I hated...
Well, it's okay because I'm getting a C6 Vet anyway, so I'm going to need a cheaper daily.
Actually, where I used to work at Young, the owner went to get in, and he hit his head, and he's shorter than me. He hit his head getting into it so bad that they thought he had a concussion.
Wow.
And that was his daily driving car.
Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's just the way the roof is shaped.
What is that, the Arteon? Is that what's replacing the CC now?
Oh, yeah. Is that official?
Yeah.
For the States?
Yeah.
Well, knowing Volkswagen, they're going to keep the CC still.
No, I think it's replacing
look, the Atlas is here. The Atlas, in all rights, should be replacing the Touareg, but they're keeping the Touareg, even though the Touareg diesel is not going to exist anymore because VW is done with diesels in America. I've gotten confirmation on that. They are no longer doing diesels.
It sounds like they were selling them like hotcakes anyway.
No, this country never got on board with that, and it's a shame because they're great cars, they're great motors,
but then again, diesel's not cheap here either.
No, because we never got on board with it. Yeah. If America would have committed to diesel cars,
supply and demand would have brought it down.
Exactly, it would have brought it down. Yeah. Whereas in Europe,
that's the reason you get a diesel.
Exactly. Moving right along, we have Zenki 718.
Ooh,
shout out.
Marek.
He said, and he writes, "Dear Casey." I'm Casey Casey. Now, he wrote, had the tread portion blow off the Envoy on the highway at 80 miles an hour. Wow. Thought I was in the 240 for a second. And lastly, we have Jordan Scharf. I think I'm saying that right. Mm-hmm. Finally installed a DE Auto LED HID conversion on my first Gen CC. This is the one I'm going to make fun of. What am I going to make fun of? I'm actually just going to rip DE Auto LED apart because I hate them. I generally hate them.
Is it just quality issues?
So they do sell some quality because LEDs, honestly, at the end of the day, there's only so many chips that you can sell. There's only so many brand names. There's just cheap Chinese crap, and then there's Cree and there's Osram and Sylvania. Those are the 3 big names.
Right.
However, their customer service and their knowledge is just crap. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Gotcha.
They've lied so many times. They sell a product, which actually now I read that, it's the HID. It's an HID bulb that you can put into your halogen housing, and it won't. It's an anti-glare. It won't glare. It's a lie. It's a fucking lie. You put an HID into a reflector housing, it's not going to operate properly. That's why there's 2 separate housings.
That is a massive pet peeve of mine.
It happened last night. It happened last night.
And not using your fucking blinker.
Well, you owned a BMW, so you don't get to argue about that.
No, I I am like religious about blinker.
No, and
I'll do like 160 fucking in between traffic. God damn it, I'll fucking blink every time.
Look, last night when I was trying to get away from that Ford F350 that was tailgating, and he had HIDs and reflector housing.
100%.
I signaled when I went around that car, and then spark cut.
You should have been in that car when he.
We were in Mexico, by the way.
I figured.
Yeah. He fucking throws on the fog, hazards. No,
to my defense.
Drops it to second, we were like 20 miles an hour in the left lane. It was great.
We were going. I was in the left on 78, the left lane. There's 3 lanes, and I was behind somebody. I could not go around at that very moment. I wasn't tailgating that person. We weren't speeding, and I saw this truck. This truck was behind us for a while, and not close or not far back, and then all of a sudden on my ass. Like
hard.
It was just there all of a sudden. And I'm like, where do you want me to go, guy? There's a car in front of me. I can't go anywhere. So I downshifted. I looked at the RPMs. I'm like, okay, I can downshift and not speed up and still spark cut. Well, first I threw the rear fog on. He didn't back off. So I had a spark cut. He backed off a little bit. Flipped the rear fog back on. He came back up again, flashed his lights, his fog lights. And then by that point I could go around the car in front of me, and then I just left, and spark cut like 3 more times.
And then as we're getting off on the off ramp, he's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna wave this motherfucker off," and he literally just waves him off.
Yeah, so like, where 78 splits and you go up 309. Yeah. So we go up 309 in Mexico, and the F350. Now, to be fair, it was a lowered, brand new F350.
They look good.
Dually,
and it was
with
white.
Larger wheels, and it was white.
Was it nice?
It was actually pretty nice, except the HIDs and the reflector housing.
Yeah.
But so it had air horns too, because he beeped at us. He went,
Christoph's like, "Bye, motherfucker."
Yeah, I'm like, sorry about your penis. But it was really, really. It was kind of nice. I like trucks that are tastefully done, but it had really big wheels. I'm sure those wheels were like 22s. Or
they were big.
They were massive. Yeah.
It was a sharp looking truck.
Some money wrapped up into that truck for sure. But I have a big pet peeve about this company, and they're very, very active on VW Vortex. They've also reported me many, many times, and I've been banned several times, and I've talked myself out of these bans many times.
How many posts do you have on Vortex?
Over 30,000.
No, I'm under 30.
Are you a mod?
No. No, actually, that did come up at one point. I
could see you.
Yeah, but I had too much of a tainted past. Yeah, I do have a friend of mine. I don't know. I'm not sure if Matt listens to this show, but he is a moderator.
You got to probably put in a lot of work though to be a mod, right? On forums like these.
Yeah. I mean, you get notifications for everything, but the problem is you have to be pretty you
have to be on top of it.
You can't be an asshole. I had too many years as being an asshole on Vortex, and that was my problem. Anymore, I'm not as much, but I do. I'm sorry. The one thing that drives me, I love Vortex for what it is. VW Vortex, for those not listening, or for those not listening, for those listening who don't know, VWVortex.com. It's an awesome forum. It used to be great 5 years ago. It was fantastic. That was before Instagram got big, so that was where you went to interact with people too.
Is it no longer?
No, Vortex is dying, and it's been sold off. It's not the original people who used to own it. Fortitude doesn't own it anymore. It's some third party, who knows? But
Chinese.
Yeah, probably
Chinese servers.
China. What was I going with this? So you have paid advertisers, you have paid sponsors who are on that, obviously, to keep it going. That's how people make money. That's how things work. I understand that.
Somebody's got to pay the bill.
However, all it takes is a paid sponsor. DE Auto Key is the name of it, or DE Auto LED. So they're paid. And if you say anything that goes against what they're trying to say, they just report you. And because their money goes to Vortex, they side.
You're always wrong.
Of course. So I can't just have a conversation.
So they can continue to sell shit product, and anybody you can't even write a bad review about them.
Correct. And I will say, some of their product you could probably buy elsewhere. And so some of what they have are probably a decent LED. Right. But just as a company, I don't agree with how they conduct themselves online. They have flat out lied. They have flat out stated something. I'm like, do you realize what you're saying? That's not even accurate. You can't say these things. So I've tried calling them out, and you guys know me well enough that if you're lying or there's something wrong, I will gladly, if you're in person, internet, phone, I will tell you you can't do that. Like that's wrong. No, of course not. I hate hypocrisy and I hate liars. They've lied, and I've called them out on it, and I've been banned many times. But I've gotten out of it. I actually got out of a permanent ban, which I'm supposed to be able to do. But I did get out of one, shockingly. Zima.
He blew some.
Zima. The refreshing citrus beverage.
Let me tell you about the testicles that he fondled.
No, so but like I have a problem with them. I really, Jordan, I'm really happy you put in your the HIDs in your car, and because I feel your pain when you have a car that has halogens. It just sucks. Vision at night. Once you get used to having,
that's the biggest thing. It's not even that it looks cool. I think
visibility
is
and some cars like
amazing.
When I bought my Passat, they only came the original B7 because now the facelifted one now you can get it with HID, which is nice.
Okay.
But when they first came out in 2012 to 2015, you could not get. They were just halogen only in the United States. Mm-hmm. They sucked. They really sucked. It's just something about the way the housing was shaped or whatever. Yeah. Visibility was horrible. And obviously people were throwing in HIDs into them. There were a lot of aftermarket companies. Wind Power was one of them. So they were replicas of the OEM HIDs, which China had, because they have a huge VW market over there. So I eventually ended up buying the OEM Chinese ones and put them in, and then the taillights and then the leveling as well. But so they were horrible. So I get it. I totally get it. Once you've had nice set of lights like HIDs, it's hard to go back to anything else.
It really is.
It really is.
The other day I drove... Oh, look at your doggy.
Doge.
Chewy.
The other day I had to drive my dad's Nissan Rogue. Good Lord, the lighting out that at night. You might as well just drive that car into a tree because you can't see shit.
So the first thing I did with my Passat was I raised the headlights, not crazy high that would blind people, but I just raised it up just a tad. And then in VAGCOM you could go in and actually raise the voltage of the headlights.
Oh,
because they were turned down a little bit from the factory, so I turned them back up to full strength. And then I eventually bought Sylvania Silver Stars. Still a halogen bulb, they were just slightly brighter.
Yeah.
Put them in there. That helped a lot.
Yeah.
But still wasn't. Like, I came from a GLI that had HIDs. We had the R32 which had HIDs, so I was used to HIDs. So but this company has these drop-in HID bulbs that have a little metal band around them so they don't glare.
Oh God.
And they have a couple reviews that they've used as like their gospel to say like, well, see, these people said they don't glare. Well, and they post that review over and over again that these handful of people, but they glare. Yeah. I'm glad that person said they haven't blinded anybody, but they're also in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Y'all don't know.
Well, I've had him in my car for a year and I haven't been flashed. Good for you. Some people some people don't flash you like that. You lucked out then, but you guarantee you've still blinded people. So do it right or do it twice.
Words to live by.
Jordan, I'm very happy you put them in. That's my little rant about DE Auto. That's it. You didn't know that, but now you do. We talked about this a while ago that I wasn't going to put them on blast. Well, I just put them on blast. I don't give a shit. I don't like them.
You're doing a public service.
No, probably not. I mean, anyone who knows me on Vortex knows that I don't like them. I've gotten into them so many times. Some of the reviews, too, like, here's a before and after, and you can tell the photo was not taken. Like, it's not a true before and after.
They took like a...
It's edited, but it's distorted.
They took like an Ostrom picture but off their website, just copy-pasted. Look how bright our lights are.
No, it'll be like a customer review,
like
but they're
on the bottom right.
But they're holding the camera in like a different position so the light looks brighter. I mean, I know not everyone's a photographer, but if you're going to do it before and after, it should be the exact same position or very, very close. Don't I'm going to take the picture from here, the before, and the after is going to be over here, or vice versa. Yeah. That's just shitty. But and their website makes me gag. I hate bad websites. The average person after 30 seconds, you can lose a customer in less than 30 seconds. I think it's like 8 seconds. You can lose a customer if you have a shitty website.
I believe it.
They did a study once, I forget.
I believe it.
I've done it.
All the time.
I've logged on. I'm like, I don't like this. Just go someplace else.
Yeah.
And it sucks when you find out they're the only person that has a product. I'm like, shit, I have to do it now. Yeah. But
Co-driver.
Right. Co-driver of the week. Oh, no, actually, well, you said what you did this week, right? Did you?
Well, yeah, what did you do this week?
Yeah, what did you do automotive-wise?
Absolutely. O&R.
Boom.
O&R.
Braesdale. Did you turn left at all?
No.
You didn't turn left?
No.
Not once.
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
O&R, though.
That's what Dale would want you.
O&R.
So you washed the car.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I bought the tire gel.
Yes. So you bought the tire gel, you bought
That
Power
shit is
Clean, and O&R again.
O&R.
Yeah.
Gotta.
And a sticker, a gear shift sticker.
Yes, I gotta put that on.
So it'll be the fifth car.
After I wash it with O&R's majestic unicorn product.
Well, that's the thing. I'm going to let everyone know, if you didn't see our Instagram post, we now have Gear Shift Podcast decals, which is our logo, which you can't see in this video, or you can't see it on the audio version.
Are you guys going to start something like KTU did back in the day? Or like if you had their bumper sticker, they saw you on the street, you got like $100 gift card?
$100 gift.
It's like $100.
Well, Mr. Deep Pockets over here, Rafael, is going to donate $100. You heard it here first, folks. He is going to give $100 if he sees your sticker on the car. So
you know what you should do? Zima. If we see you with a Gear Shift Podcast decal,
you get a Zima.
You are getting a extra warm Zima.
An extra
that we
warm.
will keep in the back of the car. Zima's for everybody.
No, it's just advertising.
No, for sure.
But
I'll definitely rock it.
But if you want a sticker, go to thebeardeddetailer.com/gearshift, Casper Teta on the phone, and then you have it in the swag store.
Lit.
I mean, it's a video show too, so
does the extra creamy and smooth discount apply to the decal as well?
Absolutely, it does.
Then it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. So if you use promo code GearShift, you get 10% off your order. We didn't even say we had a sponsor. We went a whole show without being a sponsored show?
Oh, my God.
Everybody knows him already. They know him. They know him.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he would be upset.
Well, that was a good plug right there. So Segway Sally over here. So the Gear Shift decal is in the swag store on the Bearded Detailer. And use promo code GearShift for 10% off your order. And it does apply to the Gear Shift decal.
Smooth and creamy.
And they're cheap. I think I have them for $1.50. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, any opportunity to get a free Zima, I think, is worth the $1.50 investment. Just saying.
I love how this is going to be a thing now.
Knowing my luck, I'm going to run into someone with a fucking Gear Shift podcast.
Hey, you guys have the Zimas?
The thoughts and opinions of Gear Shift is solely of that of Gear Shift.
Don't you love those?
Anyone who comes on this show has an opinion that's not those of their own.
It's like 3.5 minutes long.
May cause cancer. And in some occasions, death.
And violent blood coming from your sphincter.
But that low blood pressure, though, is very important. So
very important.
But, okay, so what did I do this week? I coated a car.
You do shit all the time.
And I didn't do anything to my vehicle. I washed both.
Yeah.
I washed the R32. I washed the Audi. And then I coated a WRX. And
O&R, man.
I do have some cool cars coming, though.
Yeah.
Next week, I have an R32 Skyline right-hand drive coming in for Pro Plus. And the week after that, I have a Chevrolet SS.
I'm excited for that.
A.K.A. Holden.
I'm gonna stop
Holden,
by.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop by for that car.
It's that bluish. It's actually the exact picture I sent you.
You said this is an automatic, or is it the manual?
It's the automatic. So I did some quick reading that in order for you to get a manual, you got to know someone or order it. The manuals are very, 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 very rare.
Really?
And no one's buying the SS apparently. So
I mean,
it's a nice car. It's a pretty cool looking car.
It's a 6-liter V8.
It's a quick car for the money I think they're asking. Isn't it like
the interior is nice actually?
Isn't it like?
I think it's like
isn't
40.
it like mid-40s for that car?
Is it mid-40s?
I think it starts in the low 40. It starts at like 40. It starts at like 40.
I don't know. I want to say 44. That's what it sounds like.
I mean,
to me.
even for the price, the engine that you're getting, it's pretty quick.
Yeah. So buy the car. There's a consumer fact for you.
No,
buy the car, rip out the motor.
I'm gonna get a C6 Vet, so it doesn't matter.
If you don't put saw blades on it, then I'll be disappointed.
That would be the illest.
They're probably not going to let you on the track with that though, because you don't have any Instagram photos.
In fact,
it all doesn't matter if you don't have an Instagram.
Everybody knows that you don't have to go through the tech pit to get your car approved if you have solid Instagram photos.
Solid Instagram. How many followers are you saying? Like over 1,000?
Okay.
Or under 1,000?
No, you probably have to have at least 500 for them to even consider.
Followers or posts?
Followers.
How many posts?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Doesn't matter.
What's the conversion rate here?
It depends what angle you're taking these pictures at.
3/4, always 3/4. Always 3/4 angle. Absolutely.
I just know they're not going to let him in because he doesn't.
They're probably not.
He doesn't.
Saw the name and like, Let this Polish bastard.
What is
it could
Kava?
also it could
What
also
is
be
Kava? What's
it could
Kava?
also be a late registration. There could be a lot of people registering for the inexperienced class. That could be it too.
They'll have a class. There's no classes.
Well, no, I mean like
it's just an open track day. No,
no, they're not going to be. You're going to be running in groups. You're not going to be running at the same time. With
It's
well,
probably
obviously
gonna be,
they're not going to let 1,000 cars.
it's probably going to be a delayed start. Like you start, okay, now you go. It's not going to be.
No, they divide.
they
divide them
groups.
based on experience. They always divide them based on experience. Yeah.
Well,
and then each group gets a set amount of time, and then they come up to the next person.
Well,
you get 4 sessions at like 15 or 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, but here's the
so
problem.
you get an
though.
hour's worth of track time.
Something like that.
That would be
That's pretty good.
That would be a typical track day.
I mean, I'm assuming
a typical track day also doesn't ask for your fucking Instagram or pictures of your car.
I'm
That's
assuming
weird. That's
this is how it's going to be.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
But it's because it's sponsored. It's done by Clean Culture, and
I
they're a show.
understand.
That's what it's about.
I understand.
What are they doing this at Pocono?
Yeah. The only reason I'm going.
So this is a 2-day event or 3-day?
No, it's a
event?
1 day. But I'm going to be at Slipstream with Kevin.
Oh, somebody else is hosting.
Well, Slipstream is different. That's its own thing. I don't know who holds that one, but it's Slipstream, so it's a rolling race. So you do your trap. You're like a 60-mile-an-hour roll, and then you floor it on the straightaway. So we're doing that with Kevin.
Okay.
So me and him are going to be up there on Saturday.
Gotcha.
We're camping out. $35 for camping, by the way.
Solid.
Yeah, and there's a pool. So
is there going to be Zimas?
Zima and Speedos. So Kevin and I are going to get the Speedos on and go over to the pool with our Zimas.
Does it have an American flag on it?
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man.
So are you going?
We didn't buy the rights for this.
I mean, even if
you need a C6, right?
I do need a C6. No.
But then the next day is the track day. So that's the only reason.
I mean, I'm going to go regardless. I'm still going to go. Even if I don't participate, I'm still going to go.
Who's going? Dom?
Jeremy hit me up again. Are you ready for these? I'm like, I want these wheels so bad, but I can't buy them right now.
Oh, of course he did.
I do want them, though.
Yeah, who is all going? Well,
Donna's going.
Danny will
I
be
think
there.
Squad is going.
Danny will be
squatting
there.
it up.
Yeah.
You said they allow passengers, correct?
Yeah.
On track day.
Yeah, usually I believe so.
I can't do a passenger because Kevin and I bought a helmet together, so we can't share the helmet.
No. The passenger doesn't have to.
You do. You have to have a helmet.
Absolutely.
Let me fucking finish, faggots. The passenger doesn't have to have an SA helmet. You can have a motorcycle helmet.
Really?
How does that make sense?
I don't know.
How does the driver need
That makes
it?
no sense whatsoever.
I've always, every track that I've been to, I had my motorcycle helmet on.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Did they just not question it?
Nobody even asked me.
They're probably just like, if you're
They
a
probably just
passenger,
assumed
fuck
you
it.
have
If you
it.
die, you die.
To be in the car, you probably have to have it because
Yeah,
that
I've
would
always
make
had them on.
that makes
I've
zero
never-
sense.
I've
It
never.
is what it is.
Yeah, that's the first time I'm hearing that actually.
Every track that I've been to, any
how it
track
is.
day, drift event, whatever, I've always just had my motorcycle.
Well, yeah.
helmet
To
on.
look at it, it would probably be like, oh, that's an SA helmet. That's fine. To look at a quick glance, absolutely. They just assume that you
check
have
them,
one.
though, no?
Huh?
I mean, they go around and check in your
They're
helmets.
supposed to.
They're supposed to. I guess the
A
drivers.
proper track day, you're supposed to. Yes.
Yeah. Even
Well,
if
I mean-
you're a passenger,
I mean-
you sign in. I remember when I used to go back in the day.
Yeah, I had no issues.
They would check your helmet.
Yeah.
And they'd be like,
No issues anywhere.
If it
else.
doesn't say it on the back, then you have to lift up the flap on the lining to see if because there's a orange sticker on the
Yeah,
inside.
it's an orange.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because I was talking with Mr. Peach, who does he does track day instruction as well as driving as well too. So he does both instruction and driving.
Gotcha.
And he was telling me kind of what to. Well, he was giving me pointers as to what kind of helmet to look for and whatnot too. So So Kevin and I went 50-50. Actually, we went 51-49. He has a 1 penny ownership on the helmet more than I do. Because it didn't split even.
Majority ownership.
So I told him, like, I'll tell you what, I will send you the money minus 1 penny. Because I could have easily just went 1 penny. I got majority.
Yeah.
But I'm like, because he
You can have it.
ordered it, so I'm like, okay, I'll send you. You get the 1 penny.
Is it Amazon Prime?
No, he went through Jegs. I think he went through Jegs.
Jegs has shit.
I think he went through Jegs because he checked Summit Racing and they had it, but it was like a month delivery or something like that.
Gotcha.
He got it in a couple days, so
Yeah.
luckily him and me have the same dome, so
Dome skis.
the same size head. Within I think it was within 1/8 of an inch. We're the same,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Because you guys measured each other.
Facts.
and then we also checked our heads as well.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Both.
So now we can go on to the co-driver of the week.
Who's your
What is
co-driver
this?
of the week?
What is this co-driver of the week?
You're a long-time listener of the show. In fact, you've even donated money to keep the show
just
going, which we
kidding.
really appreciate.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Who am I going to nominate for co-driver of the week?
Someone who has inspired you in the automotive realm.
Can it be you guys? Because you guys have been extremely solid with my Mark V ownership experience.
Oh my God.
You know what? That's what.
No, we can't.
It's going to be both of you guys.
It definitely should.
You guys are going to be my Coco
drivers.
You guys are my Coco drivers. Of the
I
week.
call backseat and DJ skills. Give me pass that aux.
He's got the aux
fire. Give me that fire.
I'm gonna nominate you two guys.
And why is that? You have to have a reason. You just can't do it.
Well, Christoph, obviously, because it doesn't matter what fucking time of the day. If I have a Mark V issue, he's my go-to. If this guy's not at work, he's like, just text Christoph. He knows. Every time he doesn't know, he's like, Christoph will know. He's like, I don't know if he's gonna know. Trust me, he's gonna know. And I text him. He's like, he gives me a fucking paragraph response back. I'm like, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you.
And it is properly formatted as well too. It's in it was APA format.
Yeah, I'll nominate you guys.
Footnotes.
Solid Mark V advice and.
I will take credit for the fact that if it wasn't for me, you never would have bought a Mark V because you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a GT." I'm like, "Don't get a fucking GTI."
I was considering a Mark 6 GTI.
No disrespect to GTIs, but don't get a GTI.
Yeah, good call. It may be a slower car. It may cost more to make it fast, but at the end of the day, it's a bulletproof motor. And I think that's what I told you originally. Both of you. I think I told both of you that it's a motor. Well,
I mean, I bought it before. I already bought it, but
I reiterated that to you.
Yeah.
That it's a bulletproof motor as long as the chain guides don't wear down, which they will.
Eventually.
I'm thankful. Man, this wood's getting some good knocking today.
You haven't changed them in yours?
Going to be getting some good knocking
they're still good.
Wow. Okay, so then you're at 120?
126.
All right, so I'm good.
So
I'm golden.
you will. I told you about the like marbles in a can noise, but if it gets stretched too far, you will get a timing code. But it's pretty late on. Yeah. Some people don't get it. Some people do.
And at that point, you do cams. At that point, you do cams. If you're in there, you do the cams. Yeah. That's what you do.
Actually, just cams. I was telling him last night. Just cams is easy. Just pop the valve cover off.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. Because
it's the chains.
Well, no, but I'm saying like generally speaking, like if you're gonna be in there, you might as well just spend the money.
You're already buying the parts.
This car is gonna get like 1,000 miles this year. That's it.
It needs a suspension.
It does. It absolutely needs a suspension. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's it.
Moist.
That's it.
Moist.
Is there an outro?
There's no vehicle in the outro.
What?
I mean, we can listen. We can listen to that
Where's
one more
that
time.
smooth?
No.
Hold on. Can I play? Can I play him that F50?
Okay, wait. I was gonna say, can you just look up an 850 and what? Why can't you just look up?
I'm not even doing it. You're looking at me like I'm doing it.
I thought he was doing it.
It does sound
like granny shifting like he shouldn't.
Not double clutching. But pop the 850 on for a minute.
I don't have internet.
He doesn't have internet.
Where's the Ethernet cable?
It's not plugged in up there.
I want to pop the 850 on because I want to see if it's if it's similar, because I really, really thought it might have been an 850.
In this video, he is racing an Aston Martin, maybe a DB7. I love that. Bup, bup, bup.
Here we go.
I need to find like a good one.
Until then, we'll keep listening to the Diablo. Right. He races like, I got to pause.
Come on.
The long startup. That's what got me at first.
So is that what you were originally going to guess?
Yeah.
Okay. That is what I guessed.
That's what he guessed.
That is kind of what I guessed. But
sounds good.
It's a muffler delete.
Oh, sounds so good.
Diablo Rosso.
I mean, like, guy, come on.
I wish I had a turbo. Can you imagine what that car would sound like with a turbo?
Retarded.
The world would just explode.
Let's just see if there's one out there.
Oh, I'm sure it's been done.
Oh my god, this will be the last thing we do, and then we'll wrap this up. But as always, we thank you for listening.
Appreciate it.
This has been good. We appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you guys having me.
His eyes blew up, so that means he must have.
I appreciate you guys having me. I should do this a little bit more often.
You should. You should come to PA more often, aka move out here and then drive to the city every day. Don't do that. You're going to regret that pretty quickly. No, it was fun.
It was.
You finished your Zima or no?
Yeah. I finished. Yeah, I finished a while ago.
Okay. All right. I always finish first. That's why.
Yeah, you do. You don't last long.
Well, I finished both of them before you did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I finished twice. I'm going to put that one in the fridge. I'm not going to start a third one. But
you should.
We're going to come back. Did we say what? Did we agree on the date of the next one, Casper? Did we agree on that?
I don't think we did.
This is going to be on Monday, correct?
This will come out on Monday. The video will come out Sunday night.
Beautiful. I'm going to watch myself on the high definition monitor. I'm gonna invite the whole family over so they can see me on the internet.
What is it? Is this turbo? Back a little bit more. Oh my god! How do they fit that?
Is it gonna be a pull?
Please rev it. I really, man.
Did they not do it?
I don't know.
Sounds really good.
Dude, look at it.
Way to do
like,
your
holy shit.
There's no room in there for that.
Dude, it
no,
looks
that
insane.
motor is monstrous.
How big does that turbo look?
Pretty sizable.
Like the size of that Mark 6 out there?
No, it's a little bigger than that.
So our next episode is either going to be, we haven't decided yet, either July 8th or the 22nd. Those are the two. Well, that's when we're going to record. So it'll either be airing on the 10th or the 24th. So we haven't decided yet. Keep an eye on Facebook and Instagram. We'll let you know what we do from there. The month after that is either going to be August 12th or 19th for recording day, which means release. Will that be the 14th or 21st?
Oh my god, we said it at the same time.
Jinx, throw me a Coke.
Jinx, throw me a Zima.
Only if you have a Gear Shift Podcast decal on the back here.
I hope someone finds you and go, hey,
asshole, where's the Zima?
Where's the Zima, motherfucker?
Watch it be like a 400-pound gorilla that's just like
and you just
juicing
go,
out of the gym.
And then you just go, look, I'm sorry, Zima was a limited release. I can't give you one. They're already sold out.
Yeah. And then I'm drinking through a straw for the next 6 months.
You mean eating through a straw?
I mean,
because most people do drink. You drank through a straw this morning.
Yes, I did.
And you're perfectly fine.
Delicious coffee, by the way.
Yeah.
Where's it from?
The joint.
Yeah, I've never been.
Like
It's
you
my
went
first
today?
time.
I should have made you proper coffee.
No. You don't need that trash in your life.
What?
By the way, Black Rifle Coffee, this is a great mug.
So I have absolutely nothing against Black Rifle Coffee Company. I just because he likes it as much, I just say it's trash.
If you use promo code GearShift on Black Rifle Coffee's website, you'll get 0 discount, but at least you'll try. And if you try long enough, maybe they'll add one.
Yeah, shout out to Black Rifle Coffee Company.
No, they have good coffee.
Yeah, it's they're good coffee. Actually, I bought Crystal a tank top as well too.
Did you reach out to them about
I did. I reached out to
sponsoring
both Ross Patterson. No, I didn't reach out for sponsorship. I reached out for an interview about coffee because we wanted to do a coffee.
Oh, right.
episode.
What do you say?
I got no response.
Okay.
They have more than one person who handles their account,
I'm sure.
and I'm sure they're.
How big are they? Pretty big.
They're big.
Well, their social media following is massive.
Are they the Folgers of the?
No, as far as. Are you mean like business size?
Yeah.
See, I was talking about following. So their following
I'm talking
is massive.
like business size.
No, their business size. They're still a small business.
Yeah.
Where are they located out of?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh. Shout out to Salt Lake City.
Mormon country.
Yeah.
Beautiful out there.
Get you some wives.
But they
not one.
Why not?
Not 2. Not 3.
Because anyone who's had one definitely wants 2.
Yeah. Mormon country.
No, that's not the. Anyway, I reached out to them to do it was right at the same time I reached out to Ross Patterson for the bonus episode that we did with Ross Patterson as well too. So, which, by the way, I can't thank Ross enough for still following this show. Him and his wife, both him and
Shout
Jesse,
out, man.
They followed.
That was a fun interview. That was a good time.
It was very, very good.
That was honestly a blast.
I wish I would have known a little bit more about Skype interview and levels. Like, I've learned a lot over this time as far as getting levels set up. So,
you've done a pretty good job. That's why.
Well, thank you.
That's why I support you guys.
You know, this is
I support you guys any way I can.
This is a thankless job. Okay, I do this. I do this for all of you.
Good. I need something to listen to on the
all
way to
of
work,
you.
So I'm kind of upset that you guys are on this 1 month nonsense right now.
Relax.
Well,
relax.
Something to help bridge the gap here.
I did follow you yesterday. I added it to my podcast
Segway
list.
Sally. God damn it, you're good.
That's how you guys got to have me a little bit more.
For those who haven't followed or anything, so I did start a new podcast called Talesrunner Podcast. It is twice a week. So if you want to help fill the void, you can listen to the episodes listen to the shows that we talked about: Drinking Bros, Black Hearted, Ross Patterson Revolution, Car Talk. But now I started a new one this past week called Tales of Honor. It tells all the stories of the Medal of Honor recipients for the United States military. So some of these stories are fantastic. They make me feel like a piece of shit.
Oh, you are, so.
Well, and so is everybody else. But compared to these stories are phenomenal stories. They really,
I'm sure these guys are.
And it's the highest military honor in the country. So
walking into like bullet storms, carrying out 62 people, and still drinking a Zima afterwards. Shout out to those guys.
Some of them are World War II, so I don't know if Zima. Yeah, we'll just say Zima.
It was called something else back then. Zima.
But, so go follow that. TOH Podcast on Instagram. You can search Facebook for Tales of Honor Podcast as well, too.
When is Gear Shift coming back off full time again?
September 11th. I know, it's shitty timing, but whatever. It's that's all we can. I didn't want to wait
push it a day.
Yeah,
push it a day. Come on. Out of respect, push it a day.
We might.
Could.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Do it. Don't tell us what to do.
Do it.
You're not my real dad.
Word.
You're not my real dad.
But, TOH Podcast. You can go on iTunes. You can go.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I had to bring down the...
Happy Father's Day to all those... to all those dads that love their kids. I'm not really sure how that feels like.
God.
Shut the fuck up.
Just kidding.
But
Shout out to Pops.
But drinking half a liter on a beach is definitely how you should spend your Father's Day with your 3-year-old son.
Listen, that's where dreams are made, on beaches and liters.
Speaking of beaches, some of the stories from Normandy on the beaches will be told on Tales of Honor Podcast.
God, we're like...
But it's available on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, and I'm pushing a lot of other for Gear Shift.
Shout out to Podcast Republic, that app. Solid.
Yes. So
that's where I get my podcast.
Yeah, I
love it.
And
love it.
I got asked early
simple.
on, like, why are you focusing on iTunes?
On Android, at least. That's what I...
Well, I got asked early on. Eric was one of the people, like, why are you focusing on iTunes? Well, to be honest, looking at the statistics, more people have an iPhone than 100%. Anything else.
There's more plebs out there, is what you're saying. Yeah.
And sheep. They call them sheep, I think.
Yeah.
Plebs. Apple
plebs?
sheep.
Is that a sheep?
Apple sheep.
Pleb.
What is pleb?
Plebeian.
Sheep.
English, please.
Plebeian is a word. Plebeian.
Mm-hmm.
Plebeian.
Mm-hmm. Can I English dictionary's not.
Can I have a vowel? Can I have a vowel?
R. In this country, it's not a vowel. But I'm starting to push a lot more, so if you can't listen on one thing, I'm trying to make it as foolproof. You have no excuse.
There are so many options that you guys give. It's ridiculous.
YouTube is one of them, which is awesome, because YouTube's not blocked on many company internet servers as well, too. So you can at least
and you guys are
on YouTube.
For work safe.
Yep.
Yes.
No. He says fuck in like the first 60 seconds. Like,
okay, so we don't advise you to put your computer volume past 3.
2 at most.
2?
2. Okay. And Tales of Honor, for those who want to know, they're less than 10-minute episodes. So you literally have no excuse to not listen to that.
True that.
I
do follow.
Now, because I have had people say, like, I don't have time to listen to Gear Shift because it's an hour and a half. And, well, it works out perfectly for me because it's like half of it for the ride into work, half of it on the ride back. And I know Dan Heimbach said that too for his drive into work and back. He splits the show into 2.
Yeah, and then I don't have to look at people and their ugly faces on the subway.
Well, it is the subway. Yeah. Shout out to New York City Subway. It's the best
shout out to that morning F train that's never fucking on time.
Also, shout out to Gear Shift for finding out that Hitler's alive in Argentina. You heard it
Seriously,
shout out. You know what? Can we post a link to that article?
I will. We have a few minutes left, and we'll discuss this. There was an article that came out yesterday, and
disclaimer.
I found it this morning. Disclaimer is
shout out to all the.
I don't know how valid the story is because no major reputable news source has reported it.
That's usually your first flag right there.
It came up a couple times. I also spent less than 5 minutes on the toilet looking at it this morning.
That's plenty.
That's where I get all my news, is on the toilet.
Well, yeah.
Who doesn't?
That's a sanctuary, man.
Of course, especially when you have kids. But 128-year-old man claims to be Adolf Hitler, and he's living in Argentina.
Sounds legit to me.
Argentina?
Argentina?
Yeah, Argentina, sure. Yeah.
Argentina.
And yeah, he's claiming to be Adolf Hitler, and it all lines up. For those who don't know or have followed at any point,
if it lines up, then it must be true.
It does line. It does. Well, must be true. But
must be true.
There are.
We just solved one of the biggest mysteries of all time.
Well, there are thoughts. They have already thought that Hitler had escaped to South America right at the end of the war.
Yeah.
So it all lines up. So I will post a link to it up on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very curious to read this article
Yeah.
after we're done here.
I'm very curious. I'm waiting to see how it unfolds.
I'm almost like curious times 2, like bi-curious. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, let's pretend he didn't say that.
Oh, wait,
I think he's had a few too many Zimas.
That means something
That was
different.
one?
That was one.
They're 5%?
Casper's not a drinker, though.
I'm not.
Hopefully we just made him a drinker.
Tito
with
and tonic
Zima.
apparently goes down like water, but
Zimas.
I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink anymore. Ah.
Well, he wouldn't have any of the Jägermeister when we did the season finale.
Jaeger.
I had to drive to fucking Queens literally right after. Like, it was the middle of the
Jaeger.
night.
Kevin had to drive home.
I don't know.
Yeah,
how
but Kevin
people-
does that all the time. Kevin's just...
Because we're not pussies.
No, okay, fine.
Wow.
Fine.
Wow.
And on that note...
And on that note, we're going to wrap this up. So thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next month. If you have any questions, let us know. But be sure to go to thebeardedetailer.com/gearshift for any more information. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're on YouTube as well. That's all I got.
Well then, I'm going to go swap some sensors.
Take care. Take care. All.
Stay tuned for episode 103 of the Volvo Saga next month.
And God bless America.
God bless America.
Great
that is
country.
right.
Great country to live in.
The greatest.
The greatest.
You know
America, I love it.
It's very good, yes?
Can we?
America.
Can you Photoshop 2 little American flags while I'm doing this earlier with the peace sign?
I'm not that good at it.
Just fucking throw in like a copy paste.
I mean, you're doing the
Microsoft
peace sign
Paint.
right now.
Yeah, but just put like 2 flags.
And just
like,
stick flags like this.
just 2 flags. You could just copy paste off of Microsoft Paint. It's
Who
gonna
uses-
look fine.
I don't have Microsoft Paint.
Whatever
I'm a
you
Mac
sheep
user.
use on the Macs.
Pardon?
Sheep. Bah.
And on that note, thank you all for listening. Thank you for coming, being on the show. We appreciate it.
I always come first, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, you came here in his car to the house.
Yes.
So that's it.
Yes.
Until next month, enjoy your summer. This is Gear Shift.
Wait.
No, you're forgetting something.
What?
We'll see you on the road.
That's the last thing I say.
You didn't say it.
But you took it from me.
Because you didn't fucking say it.
Because I wasn't done yet.
Well, you said you had nothing else.
No.
Wait. When you guys recording the next episode?
Next month.
In July.
In July. But
He
after
had-
America's birthday?
He hasn't
Yes,
told.
after
Should we
America's
throw a
birthday.
happy birthday to America since this will not air before that?
He hasn't told me
We
when
don't have
what
the
day
dates
works
yet.
for
We
him.
don't
I
have the dates.
I told you the dates.
No, we did. I said the 8th.
All right, let's not talk about this. I'm getting upset.
And on that note, thank you for listening. We'll see you on the road. Gear Shift Podcast is an independent production brought to you by The Bearded Detailer. If you have any questions, please contact us at gearshiftpodcast@gmail.com or thebeardeddetailer.com/gearshift.